The decisions we make now need to be made for 10 years, 100 years, however. Good decisions based on an ethic of the importance of wild salmon. We have to live in such a way that the decisions we make, to the extent we can control it, will allow for wild salmon to perpetuate themselves. Most of what I've done has been to do research and teach concerning Dena'ina culture and other cultures in Alaska. So for the Dena'ina, salmon is the keystone species. Has been for 1,000 years, and before that on the Kenai Peninsula, for another cultural group, we call it the Riverine Kachimak, and the Maritime Kachimak for another 2,000 years. So to understand the culture, you have to understand salmon and its role in the people. So for that long period of time, salmon have shaped many of the social aspects and the spiritual aspects. You can't understand people and the past and really the present and future without understanding salmon. Cows you can own. You put a fence, these are my cows to milk, my cows. Salmon cross what we in the Western world consider property lines. And they do so in river systems that everybody should consider part of the commons, because streams flow and salmon move across property lines. So therefore, they're part of the commons. We need to recognize that, and we need to protect that. We can't leave it up to individuals who may or may not have their own interests in mind in what they do with their land and so on. I know that's a hallowed American right, but in this case, it's necessary for the preservation of wild salmon. Indigenous people, the Dena'ina, Yupik, Tlingit, Ahtna, recognize that. They recognized that salmon and other animals were part of a communal effort. That's ecology, right? That's just a form of ecology where humans are just part of this ebb and flow and movement of nutrients and energy that move throughout a system. So there's an entirely different dynamic. Now, the main part of that dynamic is that humans do consider yourself part of nature, part of this remarkable system. I hope that we can call ourselves salmon people in 100 years. I hope that salmon will affect our culture by affecting our value system in 100 years, but it's also right now. We need to make those decisions right now and next year and the year after that perpetuate wild salmon.